Hello, got loads to show you today, not from today's car boot because I haven't been to one. This is from Wednesday and the weather was absolutely glorious. So I managed to get 2 car boots in, which is a good job because yesterday's was rained off and today's, when I checked the weather forecast last night, it was showing that the weather for today was going to be horrendous, 100% chance of rain. So I didn't set an alarm. And then I woke up this morning, it's about 9 o'clock, looked outside and it has been absolutely glorious all day. Having said that, it might not have been any good anyway because I dare say the sellers may well have thought better of going to a car boot when rain was expected. So I might not have missed out on too much and it was quite nice to have a lie in. But I'm so glad that I went on Wednesday and I'm so glad that I got 2 in. It's 2 competing car boots which are within a probably 5 or 6 mile radius of each other and they're both very good. So I went to both of them and I've got loads to show you. I did do a post the other day, so you will have seen a good chunk of it already. There's a few more bits I wanted to show you and then there's a great big bag of clothes and I want to play Guess the Price with you on that. I wish we could interact to see who gets the closest. But in total I have spent I think £33 is about where I'm at, and that was over the, like I say, the 2 car boots combined. So loads to show you. I'll whiz through. So this here, not vintage but lovely, asking £1.50. I offered £1. It was brand new. The lady said yes. It should have hyacinth bulbs in it. It was did come with a bag of compost, and she said, oh, the bulbs have gone rotten, so I've thrown them away. So okay, you can have it for £1. So that has been hung up in the apple tree, decoratively so I had to go and untie it tonight to ring it in to show you. So yeah, so I've got that for £1. I bought more tins, following on from the success of Win the Tin. I seem to have tins on the brain at the moment. These were, well, there was a big box of tins. They were all 50p each. There were some really old ones, but nothing too special or too pretty or too collectible. And then there were some smaller, more modern, but quite cute ones. All the tins, irrelevant of size or age, were 50p each. These are 3 of the smaller, 2 of which are much more modern as well. So I thought that actually if they're 50p each, 3 for £1 would be much fairer. So I offered that and the ladies, oh no, I'm not taking that. I said, okay, no problem. I said, look, I'm just buying for the sake of it anyway. Thank you anyway. And I popped them back and then she shouted at me and said, yeah, go on, they're only small ones, you can have them. So yeah, 3 for £1. A little Sainsbury's one there. This one would have been a sweet or a toffee tin. So a little bit of vintage, but not old. This is an older one, Edward Sharp and Sons chocolate from Maidstone in England, and it also says toffee on there as well, so chocolate toffee. It's a bit worn out, but again, you know I like my tins, so I got those 3 for £1. I thought they were quite cute. These corn dishes for corn on the cob, love them. The only thing that's a shame with these, I would have loved if there were 6. Yeah, 5. I'm doubting myself now. Yeah, I was thinking for a minute there's only 4. No, there's 5. So yeah, so these 5 corn on the cobs. And what did I pay? I think I offered £1 and she wanted 2, and we agreed at £1.50. That's right, so 30p each. But yeah, I thought these were brilliant. I mean, they're a bit kitsch, aren't they? But yeah, these vintage things, probably 70s. Love them, and I do like corn on the cob, although I've been growing corn on the cob a while and I seem to have killed it all, so it'll be shop bought this year. I got this jug which I absolutely love. Again, you will have seen me, I've posted it on my stories, and I did a little post and this features in it, and one lady commented about, oh, I love the blue and white jug, and I was like, yeah, I know. And you know, I came back and the weather was so hot and I just thought, oh gosh, I wish it got ice cubes, slices of lemon and some sangria in that I could pour out because it's very Mediterranean feeling. But I think in the likes of Oka and similarly, you pay a small fortune for that at the moment. But yeah, that was she asking 2 and I offered £1 and I got it for £1, along with another jug which I also love, which is over here. Oh, here we go. This is where I start destroying everything. Look at this, it's huge. My only disappointment was actually when I saw it, it was right at the back of a lady's store. Is that a crack or a hair? No, it's hair. And it looked considerably older than it is. I mean, again, it's got some age to it, but I don't really like these gold transferred lines that are on it. But I love the shape and I love the size. And I'm in the middle of painting a bookcase at the moment, and I had already positioned everything out in the bookcase before I started to paint it to see what would fit. Because I'm always I'll get too ahead of myself with things. But this looks lovely on there. So alongside the other one, and a pot, which I'll show you in a minute. And again, this was £2 off a pound. She said yes. So, you know, great, really pleased with that. I got this pot, again, to go on display on the same shelf on the bookcase that I'm painting. And this was also £1, and I didn't make an offer on it because by that point I was hot and I just wanted to get home and have a drink. She said £1. I was like, yes, great, thank you very much. I thought it was a little bit like the ones that Neptune are doing at the moment for very expensive prices, certainly not for £1. So that's lovely. And it's really heavy as well. It's got a really lovely weight to it. Oops. I got this spice rack. She was asking £2 and we agreed at £1.50, which I thought was very good for spices. No idea of the best before date on it, but let's face it, it's spices. I've got spices in the cupboard over there, which have probably been in there for 10 years. I love to cook, so these will get used and I'll figure out what they all are as we go along. But yeah, so quite pleased with that. Don't need any of them yet, but I thought that was cute for £1.50. I got this little man, this little French man, what does it say? Oh, Grenadier Company. So that's not French, is it? Is it Grenadiers? Somebody let me know. Grenadiers? No, I don't suppose it is French, but the hat looks French. Oh, who knows? 10p. This was from the 10p man that I mentioned. There was a man with a big white van and he was just bringing out case after case, box after box, opening it. And actually what caught my attention was this wall pocket here, which was on the table. On the back, it says Sadler, Ascot, and it's a hall vase. I always refer to these as wall pockets rather than a vase. I think, correctly speaking, it's a wall pocket. And you'd have like a posy display on it. I suppose these days you could just pop letters in or what have you. But this is in particularly nice condition. Age-wise, I'm going to say this is probably around about 50s. It's got a lovely lustre on it. And I asked him how much it was and he said 50p, and I said, oh, smashing, I'll have that. I'll pay you in a moment, so I'm just going to have a mooch through all your other things. And he said, well, anything else? Bearing in mind he got a pasting table with just like probably about 10 or 20 items on it. He said, if it's not on the table, if it's on the floor, everything's 10p. So of course you hear 10p, which is a rarity these days, because what can you get for 10p? And my eyes just lit up. So I then went mooching through everything, pulling things out as quick as I possibly could. Still got some grass in that. So that, 10p. So we'll do 10p man now while I'm on the 10p flow. This, again, very kitsch. It looks like Silvac, but it isn't stamped as Silvac. But to me, that's what it looks like, their style. That one as well there. Again, very kitsch, isn't it? Very 60s, going to be very broken if I keep throwing things around the way that I am. Oh gosh, wanted to show you this 10p man again. Just bear with me because I've got so much stuff stacked up on here. Oh no. Oh, it's okay, it's fine. Oh God, there's too much stuff to show you and I'm trying to talk quickly and I'm going to end up absolutely destroying everything. This isn't the thing that I really want to show you. Oh, it's a garden spade. That's what I've knocked over. Because everybody has a garden spade in the kitchen, don't they? Not a spade, a fork. A garden fork, which was also from the 10p man, which is why it's in the kitchen. So this was 10p. I thought that was quite cute. Can you see? Nice little picture. So yeah, that was a 10p spend. But what I'm trying to get to is, if I can possibly lift it up to show you. So we got all these plastic boxes out and these cardboard boxes, and then you've got lino put down and loads of things sort of thrown out. There was the best part of not all of the plates, but serving plates, tureens, dishes, these. And I said to him, I said, 1930s, lovely. I said, how much is that? He said, I've told you, love, everything's 10p. I spent a grand total of £1.60 with this man. I mean, £1.60. And I've got the things I've already shown you. There's a tureen in there, 2 lids. So obviously there was 2 dishes at one point. Somebody probably did what I very nearly did just and nearly broke it. And then there's some plates, nothing too amazing, but lovely, lovely colours. But then there's 3 platters, meat platters. That's the smallest. Then there's the next size up, and then there's a huge one, which would be big enough for the turkey at Christmas. Oh my gosh, it's heavy. Oh, can you see that one there? So it's Queen's green, and it is, I can't tell because of the light, Sally and Ware Soho Pottery Limited Cambridge, which isn't any particularly special brand. Oh my gosh, look what I've just spotted. It's the first time I've lifted it out to show you, and I got the plastic box for free because he said, oh, don't worry about taking it all out. There's a little spoon in the bottom. How about that? I've not seen this. Silver plated. It's got a sticker on it of some sort. Oh no, a bit of glue. It would have had one of those little souvenir things stuck on it, I dare say. I like my little spoons, as you would have seen if you've watched the other videos, so that'll go with my little spoons. That's a nice little thing. Shh. Oh no. Oh my God. Sorry, I nearly swore then. Well, it's okay. I'm having a disaster tonight. Panic over. Well, look, I did say there was 2 tureen lids and only 1 tureen. Luckily, I've still got one of them. Blooming heck, the other one's in pieces, but that was a spare, so it's okay, not to worry. This is what happens when I'm rushing. I'm just conscious of how much I keep talking, and really, I just want to show you my bargain buys. I get too excited. One more thing from the 10p man to show you. No, 2 more things, actually. Oh, gosh, don't like anything else. This is lovely. Look at that. Palissy, China, nice design. 10p that one was. I tell you when these are great. I say for Christmas to put the turkey on, but actually if you've got friends around and you're putting loads of platters of sandwiches, crisps, what have you on, I keep all of these things stacked up down the cellar. I've got absolutely hundreds of them. But they're so handy, and you know, different times of year, like when it's very summery, I'll go for things which are like, you know, pretty pinks, or I've got some nice yellow ones. And then as we get more into autumn, I'd go more towards the greens. So yeah, so £1.60, that was the 10p man. The only other thing that I've not shown you from him, I've just got to watch I don't cut myself now, and a broken tureen lid, is this garden fork. Oof, did you hear that? This garden fork was also 10p from the 10p man. I mean, it's good for nothing, look, it's absolutely wonky, but I'm growing veg, so I thought I could stick that in the vegetable patch. Maybe put a piece of wood across it and then get my runner beans to grow up. I thought that would look quite nice and cottage garden and rusticy. And obviously I wouldn't want to put a fork that I could use permanently in the ground. Hopefully that's going to stay up now. While I'm being little Miss Butterfingers, I'm going to show you one more thing. That's all the 10p stuff done. But there's one more thing I'm going to show you. I'm going to show it you now, not because it's hugely exciting, but because if I drop this, I'm in big trouble. There's no lid on it. There was a lid when I bought it. I don't know where I've put it. I've been painting the bookcase Dulux, and that is polished pebble, and I've had this colour before, and it looks like it's a sort of creamy colour. It's not. It's a really nice light grey, and I've had, well, 2 bookcases actually of Free Cycle, and they're a bit old, and they've been painted in like a green colour, not a nice green, and it's all faded. So I've started to paint them grey, and actually they're looking lovely. But I'm very good at starting jobs. I'm not as good at finishing them. I think there's something wrong with me. Like, I'll get so far through something, and my attention span is horrendous, and then I go off and do something else. So I'm 2 days in now to painting this bookcase. I've got to keep on with it because I can't find where I've put the lid. I've obviously put it down somewhere. Could be anywhere, could be in the house, could be in the garden. So if I don't get it finished painting it soon, the paint will all be dried up. However, the reason I was showing you the paint was the tub was very nearly full, and that was £1. And I would show you the pound sticker on the lid if I knew where the lid was. So let's hope I don't go knocking that over. Gosh. Right, so that's all my 10p things. Where are we going next? Oh, this. I mean this. I was saying I quite like my birds, and I thought, you know, that's quite cute, isn't it? I'm not sure it would go on the fireplaces in my house because they're a bit too oldie worldy, grandy style. But I thought, you know, if you've got like a nice black cast iron fireplace, more Victorian or a, you know, closer to that reign, something like a bedroom fireplace that had been painted over, I thought that looked really cute, sat on it. The lady was asking £2, and I thought I'd been really clever spotting a little chip. Oh, there's a little chip on the base, and I said, I don't suppose you've knocked that off today, have you? And if you have, because I have it, please, so I can try and glue it back on. And she said, no, I haven't. I said, well, would you take £1 for it? And she said, do you know, she said, being as there's a chip, I hadn't noticed that. Very good saleswoman. She said, I hadn't noticed that, so yeah, go on then, I'll take it for £1. And I was so pleased. I popped it in my bag and gave her the £1. It's only when I got home that I noticed that half of his quiff, or whatever cockatoos have, is actually missing. So I thought, oh, she had me a blinder there. But you can't really tell if it's that way around. So yeah, so there we go, he's there. I got this picture, which is Lily of the Valley. It's not an original. There is a vintage to it. It's 1980s, obviously, originally. That would have been circa 1900, the original one, which it isn't. But I thought it was a really pretty scene. It's nicely mounted and it's a cute frame and it's ready to wall hang. Don't know where it's going, find somewhere. But 50 pence, lovely. I bought some perfume. So there was a lady selling perfumes. They were all £2 each. Some were quite full and some were nearly empty. And I think I bought 4 bottles, although I'm only seeing 3. What have I done with them? Hang on. I don't mix too much in case of... Oh, it's here. Right. Oh, God, I don't want to break anything else. So yeah, so you can see they've all got their £2 stickers on. And the lady, in fact, I put it on my stories, the lady got a basket full of partly used perfumes. White Diamonds, Elizabeth Taylor. If you're buying perfumes, older perfumes, even if there's hardly anything in them, or if it's a collectible bottle, can go for some really good money. If you're buying perfume that you're going to wear, which all of these will be for me to wear, just have a sniff, because sometimes I do go a bit grotty smelling, but that, oh my gosh, that is lovely. So yeah, White Diamonds, Elizabeth Taylor, a decent amount left in there. Then there was this one, which is Prada, which again, quite nice, quite musky smelling that one is. So quite full as well. I'd say that's probably over halfway full. There was this one, which is a bit of an everyday one, so an accessorised one. Yeah, that's quite like fruity floral, a bit lighter. And then there was this one, which is just Avon, I think, is it? Yeah, Avon Soft Musk. It smells a bit like, if any of you in the 80s used to shop in the Body Shop, I was a teenager then, and at school we all went mad for white musk from the Body Shop, and it smells a little bit like that, so there'll only be so much I'll be able to wear of that before I get sick of it. But it does quite take me back when I have a sniff of that. So £2 each. I offered her very cheekily, I offered her a £5 for the 4, and she said, oh shit, I can't take that. And I said, no, that's fine, I don't blame you. And I started to laugh, and she went, but I'll take 6. So I thought, smashing, £1.50 a bottle. So yeah, very pleased with that. That'll keep me going for a good while. Doesn't bother me in the slightest that it's not a full bottle. I'd rather do that than go and spend 100 quid on a new bottle just to take it out of the packaging. I bought this because I love bunny rabbits, and this is so lovely, and it's got a lovely bit of vintage to it. It's Wade. I know a lot of people still collect little Wade figures, and this bunny is a classic shape. Silvac Pottery also did, I'm mentioning Silvac again, it's not that I'm a huge fan of theirs, but they did do a bunny like this with a sort of oversized head, which some of you who know vintage will know and love those, and quite sort of elongated ears. It reminded me of that. It's in beautiful condition. I've got a clock up there, which I'll never look at, I'm late for everything. And it's got a couple of rabbits on it, including the India Jane one that I bought last week. So this is going to sit up there with that. 50 pence. I mean, 50 pence is absolutely fabulous for that. So I'm very pleased. I got this little clock here. Oh, this was from the 10 pence man. I thought you'd shown you everything. The dial's upside down. I need to turn it, well, I need to take it out and turn it around. And given that I'm breaking everything tonight, I shall do that later. It's a classic 1980s. It's nothing amazing. And I don't know if it works, but it was 10 pence, so I couldn't resist. Oh gosh, something else from the 10 pence man. These, which again, they're not going to go in my kitchen, but I know that people love their blue and white, and I've got this idea that I'm going to have a summer kitchen outside, and I'm going to have different coloured chairs, and I'm going to, like wooden chairs, I'm going to paint up in pastel pinks and, not lilacs, pastel pinks and blues and lemons and mint greens. I've been saying that for the last 4 years. I've yet to do it, but maybe next summer. But when I've got my summer kitchen, I'm going to go for all this kind of like blue and white type of, I always like that. It feels quite a summery crockery. And because it's 10 pence, it doesn't matter if you break it, as I probably will do, especially if today's form's anything to go by. I got this. I'm annoyed with myself about this. Again, it was towards the end of the second car boot and it was so warm. In fact, I've got a watch mark. Can you see? I've got a tan line there. And I was just melting at that point. And I love cups of tea, and I'd only had 1 cup of tea in the morning before I headed off. I'd taken a bottle of water with me and I'd finished that, and all I could think about was doing the probably best part of an hour's drive home and sitting and having a cup of tea and a cold shower. But I do love these. These are very 70s. They are increasingly collectible at the moment, not hugely valuable. This one in good condition, which it isn't, would be 10 to 15 quid. I didn't pick it up and look at it. I should have done, because then I would have noticed there's a crack. There's a little bit of emulsion on him. I can scratch that off, that's not a problem. But yeah, it'll niggle me that there's a crack in it that I didn't spot. She was asking £2 and well, there's a few things I bought from her. There was this, there was also this, which again is the same era, same style. So this was, she was asking £1 for this, she was asking £2 for the onion. And then this gorgeous picture frame, which is the thing actually that drew my eye to her store. This was only £1. I would have thought she'd be asking more than that for it. I've always got a place for this next to the side of the fireplace where I've got my new big French mirror. The French mirror I've got in place is a gorgeous old antique one. It's stunning. This is obviously a very modern reproduction, but it's the same kind of, you know, that pretty style. So I think I'm gonna get some nice black and white photos of my daughters in there. Only black and white. I mean, they're beautiful in colour obviously, but get them in black and white because I just think it'll go with the grey around the outside. So this was £1, that was £1, and that was £2. And I said, if I have all three, will you do them for £1 each? And she said, yeah, no problem at all. So off I went, and I'm very glad I didn't pay more than £1 because I've been kicking myself if I paid £2 to then get home and realise he'd got a broken bulb head, cracked bulb head. Anyway, not the end of the world. I bought a William Morris, gosh, I can't talk. You'll all know this pattern, Strawberry Thief. There we go. It needed a wash, it was a bit grubby. It was a bit like an old man's tummy button here. It was all full of fluff. Not that I go that near any old man's tummy buttons to know, but you know, you get the picture. So I wanted 4 of them. They were 50p each. She'd only got one. I said, are you sure you've not got any more in the car? She's like, no, I've definitely only got one. So yeah, so 50p, I bought that. I've got no clue what chair it's going to go on. I tell you where it'll probably go. It will go on one of my summer chairs, which I've yet to get and yet to paint for my summer kitchen, which I don't currently have, but again, in my head, next year, that will be lovely. So 50p, very pleased. I've got a lovely picture frame. I'm going to be careful how I do this because I don't want to break anything else. I can't quite see what it's balancing on at the moment. Ooh, gosh, nearly went. Here we go. There we go. That was a 50p. She was asking £1. I offered 50p because I don't need any more picture frames. I've got clusters of them. I do like, you know, little photo galleries around the house where I'll get a little feature wall and I'll put pictures of the kids over the years in, and then I'll mix it up with some, like, you know, oldie worldy black and white photos of relatives from years ago. So I didn't need another picture frame, so I would have left it if she'd have said no to 50p. But luckily she said yes, and it hasn't been used, and it's just lovely. So 50p was great. I've just spotted down here another thing from the 10p smell. I'm telling you, I've shown you all the 10p things. Oh dear, that's the broken tureen getting knocked everywhere. Tureen lid, not tureen. This, it was 10p. Again, I've got quite a few of these now, and I keep thinking, oh, I'll recover them. I love this star, and I thought with a nice, like, maybe like a polka dot, although that might be tricky to get it lined up, or a nice Cathkinston or an old Sanderson fabric would look lovely. Whether I get around to doing it or not is another thing, and it is one of the old-fashioned ones, but I've got a couple of the way they'd work. You'd have the standard lamp, and then you'd have, it's almost like a cradle, so you get one part which fits to the lamp, and then you just drop the shade on top, and they actually work really well because they sit really straight, whereas the modern ones tend to, I find a lot of the time they're a little bit out of kilter, don't sit quite as you want them to. So I'm sure that is the last 10p thing to show you. I've got a couple of tea sets which were just lovely. So the teapot, this teapot here, the lady had got, I think it was £3, she'd got on this, a sticker on it for £3, which was a very, you know, very good value. Then she'd also got, which is in this bag, I daren't to show, I'm going to knock it everywhere, but she'd also got quite a good selection of the matching tea service, and she got £3 on that and £5 on the tea service. And as I walked past and she saw me stop and look at it, she said, oh, you can have it all for £3 if you want. And I said, which is true, I said, I don't need any more tea sets. And there's only 2 or 3 cups with it. It's more sort of sauces and plates and things. I said, I honestly don't need any more. And she said, well, do you want it for any less? And I said, would you take £2? And she said, no, but I'd take £2.50. And again, you just can't say no, because look at it, 1930s, beautiful shape, lovely condition. It isn't painted, it's not a hand painted one, which obviously would be more valuable. It is a transfer print, but I mean, even so, it is just lovely, so beautiful. But yeah, look at that, quite stylised. So there's that, and dare I touch this bag? Right, let me just move a couple of things. Oh gosh. I need a bigger table, don't I? Or to be less clumsy, or to rush less. But yeah, just to give you an idea, there's the cups. I've not even had these out yet since Wednesday. Yeah, there's 3 cups, and then there's quite a few plates. There's more than I remember. Gorgeous little milk jug to go with it. And then if I can get, oh, excuse me, if I can get these plates out without destroying them. Sorry, this isn't very fun to watch, is it? Me unpacking everything. Hang on, 2 ticks. Oh God, stop, don't drop it. Here we go, here we go. But just look how much stuff there is for £2.50. So teapot, milk jug, 3 cups, 3 saucers. Shame it's not 6, but that would be asking far too much. And then there's side plates and sandwich plates. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yep, 6 each of those. And then we've got a cake plate and a serving plate. I mean, they're just absolutely divine. Look at that. Look. Like I say, it's not an expensive brand. It's Johnson Brothers on the back, and it's transfer. It's not hand painted, but it is absolutely lovely. So yeah, that was a great buy. And then something else that I bought, which I'm so pleased about. I can't break this. So this next set that I'm going to show you, it's not that it's hugely valuable, but I'll tell you what it is. It's the same design of a set that I was given, which was oh God, I adored her, my beloved grandma's mother's set. So my great grandmother's tea set has passed through the family and came to me, probably given to me about 15 or maybe even 20 years ago now. And to this day, I've never seen the same pattern, not because it's the most beautiful pattern or not because it's so rare or very expensive piece, but it was her wedding gift. And this pattern, this lady was selling it, and I'm so annoyed with myself that I didn't ask her. The lady was probably in her 70s, and she was there, I'm guessing, with a daughter who would have been probably about her 50s. And she said that was actually my mother's. And I just said, oh gosh, it's lovely. And how much did I pay? I paid her £3 for it. I don't even know if I haggled. I mean, it's £3. So I do normally haggle, as I say. But she said, and I want £3 for it because it was my mum's. And I was so pleased. I just thought, oh my gosh, it's the same as Grandma's mum's set that I've got, which isn't a complete set. So I shall be able to add it to it now. So let me show you and see if any of you recognise it. So this is the teacup. Unfortunately, it's my tummy hanging out. Unfortunately, the teacups are all cracked. But I just think it's so autumnal, so beautiful. So this would have been, I would think, my grandma was born in 1915, and she was the last of 10, and they came out in quick succession back then. So this would be 1900, 1905, I would think, at the latest. And then there's the plate, saucers, sugar bowl. Don't want to break anything. Sorry about this. I'll get more organised next week. But yeah, just going to very quickly show you saucers, and then don't break, side plates, and more cups. Only 3 cups in total, and you can see they've had, I mean, I'm sure I could get them properly repaired, but they've had not very good repairs at all. In fact, there's one there, that one's perfect. I shall keep them all anyway, even the broken ones. I mean, if it was another set and they were broken, yes, I might get rid, but because it's quite a special pattern to me. And then that is the sugar bowl. I'm pretty certain in the set that my grandma's mum had, I'm pretty certain that I have got the sugar bowl already. But yeah, I'm so pleased for all these years of doing what I do. and I've never seen this pattern anywhere else. And like I say, it wouldn't have been an expensive one. But yeah, it's just so special to me. But what I'm kicking myself about is the fact that I didn't say to her, what was your mum's surname? Because can you imagine if it was just, the same surname as my grandma? And then I would have felt I'd have been quite emotional. I'd have probably be stood there crying, saying, oh my gosh, I love it. Couple of toiletries to show you, and then I'm going to very quickly whiz through a load of clothes. So 3 for £1. Again, it was 50p each on the toiletries from a lady who'd got piles of stuff. Oh dear, hang on. And I said, as I always do, please would you take 3 for £1? And she said yes. So these I've never seen or tried before. They've probably been out for years. Pantene Pro V in the shower foam conditioner. One's smooth and sleek, which clearly you can see my hair never is. And Micellar Cleanse and Nourish, both spray and foam conditioners. Haven't tried either of them yet, so it was those two. But what I was especially pleased with, I love these clay masks. Body Shop's lovely, but bloody hell, it's expensive, I think, for what it is. Although it is a good brand, to be fair. But I'm guessing Body Shop prices, that would probably be, correct me if I'm wrong, maybe 12 or 15 quid. The large, simply purifying, clarifying clay mask, you get in the bath and you just lightly dampen your face and then put this in, and it goes hot while it's on your skin and it clears all your pores out, and it's so relaxing. And then you wash it off, and then you just got to remember to rinse the flannel out there, and then it sets like concrete. So 3 for £1, including that, which I thought was brilliant. So that was good. So that's all my bits and bobs, I think, to show you. So if I can show you the clothes without just, oh no, hold on, I've forgotten something. Oh, right, I got some more shades. I'm a bit annoyed with myself. I've got these. There was a load of them out, and I picked out the nicest ones. These were 50p each. So there's these two, which obviously match and are in beautiful condition. That's a lovely pattern, very countryside-y. And then there's this one, which is just gorgeous. I'm guessing it's probably just, I don't know, where is it? Dunelm or somebody like that, or maybe even a Home Bargains or a B&M. But it's got rabbits and leaping hares on it. But I thought, oh, that's sweet. But what I'm annoyed with myself about was, there were 50p each. I got 3 for £1, which is brilliant. It's like 33p for a shade. But these are the ones I was looking forward to coming home and using, and I thought they were lampshades, and they're not, they're light shades. So, I don't think I can, because if I do it that way around, the birds are going to be upside down, although whether anybody would notice or not. But in my head, I was thinking, oh, that'd be nice. I just need to look for 2 nice, chunky wooden lamp bases that I can paint. But that's not going to happen now. Oh, I'm holding that one upside down. Yeah, because they're light shades rather than lamp shades. But hey ho, not the end of the world. Still think they're lovely. Bag of clothes. I wasn't buying any clothes. I wasn't looking at clothes. I managed to get all the way around the first one without looking at a single item of clothing. And then I was nearly done with the second car boot and had managed to not look at any clothing as well. And then I saw these two ladies that were pulling out bin liners of clothes, and they've got a table, a clothes rail, a big tarpaulin on the floor, and then like every sort of so often they were ripping another bin liner out from the estate car and just throwing it out. And there was a guy there who I don't think he was buying for himself, I'm guessing he sells them on, who was just like grabbing all the jeans as quickly as he could. So I just thought, oh, there must be some good stuff in there, to see him just like saying, I'll have that one, that one, that one, that one, and just keeping account as he went. And all of the ladies' clothes were 50p each. So I'll show you, I really will show you quickly. It's not like, oh my gosh, that's, amazing, the best thing, but it's just the quantity of clothing. And I've just remembered that actually upstairs, I'll show you next week, in amongst, I've hung it up already, I've taken it out of the bag, there was like it's River Island, it's almost like a poncho, and it's cream and black, and it's got tassely bits on the end, or you could wear it as a cardigan, it's just open. That was absolutely lovely, looked like it had never been worn, but I'll show you that next week. So this was from the same lady. So I've got all of these t-shirts, I'll just whiz through them. So you might think some of them are a little bit chubby, and I was thinking, oh, I wonder if my youngest daughter would like these, and she's poo-pooed most of them. But again, 50p each. Again, I thought she might like that one. She quite likes the vintage sport brands. I was like, oh, would you like that? And she's like, oh no, I wouldn't wear that one, Mum. So yeah, but I'll wear them in the garden if nothing else. But they're in lovely condition. They're a bit creased. I've had them all in the wash, not that they needed washing, but I always like to wash clothing when I bring it home just in case. So they've not been ironed yet. But yeah, so that's a huge, I like that one. I thought that was nice. Again, they're all just River Island, but even so, River Island, I bet they're about 12 quid each. I don't know, because I never go to actual shops. So yeah, that was my favourite, that plain black one. So there was all those t-shirts, there was the poncho upstairs. There was this, which I think I picked up by accident with something else, because I don't remember actually consciously picking it up, which is just almost like a base layer. And then there was this jumper. I like this. This like black, again, it's almost a bit poncho-like with big swing sleeves. There was, oh, it's inside out. There is this like pink sweater, which is here, which you can't see, with some American New York style print on the front of it. There was a quite bright summery jumper. I might wear it once or twice and then I'll probably go off it. But the sun was shining and I really like colours when the sun's out, and then afterwards I think, oh gosh, would I wear that? But yeah, so there was that fluffy jumper. Might wear it with a pair of jeans, might not. There was this, which I really like. I think, oh, this is quite classy. It's probably about 2 or 3 years out of fashion. But I thought it was cute. The only thing I'm conscious of, I wouldn't want it to look too much like a pyjama top, but I just thought with a nice pair of trousers, or even just to like dress up a pair of jeans, that's River Island. Again, just gorgeous condition, these clothes. There was this shirt, River Island, size small. Doesn't look small, looks quite big. You could probably wear that just over a vest top as a jacket. Again, it's being washed but needs an iron. Nice big chunky buttons on it, which I quite liked, and I liked the colour. There was this cardigan, because normally I'm always in a grey top. This, by the way, is the one that I bought the other week for 50p. Or was it a pound? I don't know, 50p or a pound. Another grey jumper. I love that. That's very me. I've got to stop wearing grey jumpers all the time. Again, River Island, like the sleeves, like the detail on it. There was this. I don't know if it's a bit for the office, but it's just a Tesco's Florence and Fred. But again, because the sun was shining, that like leafy palm tree pattern looked quite nice. Maybe with a pair of black trousers, you know, if you've got something a bit more formal to do. This was quite cute. Don't think I'd wear it in this country, but if I was going on holiday, which I'm not, nice little off the shoulder, coral coloured, sit and have a glass of rosé type top that is. This one I like. Don't really like wearing black too much in the summer. I do like a bit of colour. Size 12, bias cut. Again, probably a couple of years out of date, but I quite liked it. River Island. In fact, I think all of what's in here is River Island. Pair of shorts, size 12. So again, if I were going on holiday, but I'll wear those in the garden. So I get brown legs. This is Primark actually, not River Island. I love this. This is like the Kate Middleton one that she wore recently. Primark's version. I'm sure hers wasn't from Primark. But yeah, I love these colours. So cute. So this is all from this one lady, even though I'd resisted 2 car boots and resisted buying any clothes. This, do you like it, don't you? It's a sweater. Maybe tucked into a pair of jeans, as in black jeans rather than blue jeans. But I thought, yeah, maybe a bit smarter than just a plain black top. This one, which I think I'm too old for, but I liked it, so I bought it. Maybe one of those, I'll probably go out in it once and then think, oh no, mutton dressed as lamb, won't wear it again. But yeah, lovely polo neck, really nice condition, don't think it's been worn. But yeah, I don't know if these vampy sleeves, I'm not sure if I can get away with that or not. However, it's in there now. And then there's this. Just your classic little glittery top. Again, River Island, size 10. And then there's these jeans, which I thought, oh, they're nice jeans. They're lovely. Not showing too much leg, just a little bit of a rip, size 12, but I got it completely wrong. It's age 12. So I'll give those to my friend's son. But yeah, but that was because there was this man grabbing and buying all the jeans. So there was a pair of jeans in front of me and I had to grab them quick and looked and thought, oh yeah, 12, great, they'll fit me. 12 years, gosh, never in a million years. So yeah, so I think there's 19, no, was it 19 tops? I don't know, but anyway, there's all of this here, and then there's the jacket thing that I was describing, like poncho thing upstairs, which I'll show you next week, which is lovely. And have a guess how much I paid for everything, given that it was 50p each. So I started with my, would you do 3 for £1 just on some of the t-shirts? Because obviously they're not jeans, and jeans you'd expect to pay more for. So if the jeans are 50p, I said, would you do like, 3 for £1 on t-shirts? And she said, okay then, on the t-shirts. So we did that. And then I counted up how many other things there were, and I forget how many it was, but I said, oh, there's such and such things. And she said, oh, that comes to whatever. And I said, well, how much would you take for everything then? Would you do 3 for £1 on those as well, being as I'm having a lot? And she said, I wouldn't do 3 for £1, no. She said, but she said, right. She said, how about 10 for everything? I said, well, would you do any less than that? And did I say 7? I don't even know if I said that, but she said, how about £8? Is that okay? And I said, that's brilliant. And then I did say, are you happy with that? Is that all right for, is that all right for you? And she said, yeah, £8 is fine. So that's a really big bag of clothes. In fact, it was in 2 bin liners. Bin liners were ripping as I was carrying them back to the car. But yeah, all of those clothes and the jacket, which I've yet to show you, for £8. I mean, for £8, I'm sure you couldn't go to River Island, or maybe you could. I might have touched. Maybe you could go to River Island and get a t-shirt for £8. And admittedly, I won't wear all of it, but I will give it to somebody. It won't be wasted. But I will wear a good portion of it. Obviously, not the age, the age 12 jeans. Right, I don't know how long I've spoken for. Probably not the 10 minutes that I was planning. So thank you for sticking with me. Sorry, it's all a bit disorganised. I've got to get better at this. I've got to get much more professional. But I'm just always so excited to show you everything, and I'm just so pleased that people even want to watch my car boot bargains, because I'm always banging on about how great it is at the car boot, and just the way that it is at the moment, like the cost of living in this country, and like I don't have anything to complain about, but it's just wrong. It's just absolutely wrong. And I just think that for people who have no luxuries to give up, so when you've got no money in your purse, and it's not, oh well, I've got to give up my takeaway on a Friday night, I've got to give up my holiday. What if you don't have a takeaway on a Friday night? What if you don't go on holiday, and and you can't even go and treat yourself, and you're working your backside off, but because your bills are so high, or the petrol to get you to work is so expensive, or whatever. But I just think, if you can just have £1 in your pocket, even if you can just go to the car boot and treat yourself to effectively an outfit, if you can get a t-shirt and a pair of jeans for 50p each, and it just gives you a little bit of a lift and makes you feel a little bit better. And whether you're rich or poor, if you can just, if we just all spent better and rebelled against this whole way that we live. Anyway, that's not what I'm here for, to start ranting about that, so I'll shut up. But thank you for watching. I'm sorry it's taken ages and that I'm smashing things left, right and centre. But have a lovely week, all of you, and hopefully I'll be posting another one next week, and hopefully it'll be weekend ones next week as well, because they tend to be the best. Okay, lots of love, bye.